Hello, everyone, and hope you're having a beautiful day, afternoon, night, wherever you are, whenever you're listening or watching. This is episode 61 of the Collectin and Connectin podcast. I am your host, KingBrett, and one of my favorite guests. Everyone kind of knows who he is. He's kind of a big deal. BostonBased. How are you, buddy? How you doing, man?
Great. Happy to be here with KingBrett.
Yeah, that's me. Hello.
Yeah. And, before we get into it, I've been watching the show. And there a few episodes back, Banana Mac, Banana Banking Mac, she mentioned that Derek Lively went 16-16. And everyone else on the show was like, I don't remember that happening. That doesn't. Maybe it was somebody else and all this shit. But I remembered that it was in the Western. I remembered that it was in the Western Conference Finals that he went 16-16.
Oh and my goodness!
Yeah. So shout out to Banana. You weren't wrong. He did that. He didn't do it against the Celtics, but he did it in the Western Conference Finals.
I think I was just so blinded with my low-key Celtics excitement with my major Maverick sadness / also happiness because we kicked butt, but so I think that's kind of it might have blinded me. I wasn't thinking right, but Banana Max, shout out to you, Miss Floaty herself, Sir W. Yeah, and I love the fact checking. It's good. The funny thing is I did go back and look it up too. I just didn't bring it up. So I'm glad that you did.
You were probably embarrassed. I mean, look at you got the Luka jersey behind you, your reputation.
What I don't have is the Lively jersey. So we want to talk about Luka facts. I'm going to be a little bit more on top of it. But I have stepped up my Lively game. I've added some moments to the collection, and I'm working my knowledge up there a little bit. So
yeah, I feel like he doesn't get enough appreciation.
Well, I mean, Wemby stole the show, right? So it's it's still all about him and everyone.
But he went to the finals. I mean, he got to the finals. That's pretty good.
I know that. Everyone else, they don't remember that. They just know Celtics won. That's all.
Right. Well, so with this in mind, I picked up some lively moments on NBATopShot. Yeah, because I thought, I
love it.
I thought this group of jokers isn't appreciating him, but I'm going to show some appreciation. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure after this episode, everyone's going to be like, oh, BostonBased bought Lively. I'm buying them. Boom. So
yeah, and then I'll sell them. It'll be great.
Before this episode's even over, I'm going to add another one in my collection just because I know everyone else is going to. So,
That's right.
Yeah, man, I did not expect to start this off talking about the Mavericks. So thank you for being right, Banana. And man, because I know we're about to talk about some Celtics a little bit. I keep staring at that Boston flag you have behind you.
I put some stuff behind me to kind of.
Yeah, I love that gold. I'm not gonna lie, I've always liked gold.
Yeah, and, it doesn't suck. I like it.
It doesn't suck. That's true.
And you notice the Top Shot ball, obviously.
I mean, I did notice that as well. I'm very. What's the proper words to say it? I really want one. Yes, I was trying not to be I'm happy for the people that have one. I just want one. Yeah. So I'm trying to getting married, they hold you accountable. And she's like, don't use the word hate. Use strongly dislike. Hate's a very strong word, honey. Okay. You're not jealous. You don't have it and you're going to work hard if you want it to get it. I'm like, yeah, I'm jealous, but okay. That's logical. So yeah.
That ball, use that as motivation,
Dude, if I would have gone to the places and done the things, I could have had an opportunity to get one, and I didn't.
Well, actually, the story behind this ball is I competed in a burning leaderboard.
The challenge one, right?
It was
I remember that.
And for some reason I valued the ball more than the moments I had in my collection. And my ball came with air. Some folks get these balls and they're defective. My ball works.
Imagine getting a ball and you're so excited and you open it up and it's hey, where's the pump? You got to find a pump.
Oh,
And your needle's always broken or bent.
Like shout out Alexo. I know his ball. That shit's flat.
Hey, you know what? I think he's gonna be all right with his collection. He can just stare at that and stare at the ball. But
if Top Shot, if you're watching, make it right. Send him a ball that works. And
then Alexo, if you're watching, send me the deflated ball because I don't care if it's deflated, inflated. I just want a ball. Just throwing it out there. Anyone watching?
I'd set your sights a little higher, but I don't know. You really want a deflated ball?
I don't know. I don't, but I would rather. I value a deflated ball more than I devalue not having a ball. I don't know. What's the right words? You're smart. You get it.
Yeah. Well, we could bring inflation into this,
or we could talk about
especially with the ball,
That's definitely with the ball.
Yes, you mentioned traveling. I was traveling this summer, and it was kind of a nightmare because so my wife's friend was getting married at Lake Fuliamani, outside of Athens, and so we planned this a long time ago, and decided to do a little Euro trip, just whatever. But what we didn't think about was the NBA Finals, which happened to coincide somewhat. So I was team Celtics in 4 from the beginning.
Okay. Nice.
Because I didn't want to. Disappointing. Because that would have worked for me.
That would have been better for my schedule.
Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah. But they wanted to win it at home, I guess. Actually, I heard. Well, little tangent, but I heard at least Tatum said he didn't want to win it at home. He wanted to win it in Dallas.
Oh,
and this part doesn't even make sense to me.
For y'all to win it in Dallas,
he said, because he knows what it feels like to lose at home and all that, and have them celebrate at his home court. But it's why? So why would you want to? And he seems like a very nice guy. Why would you want somebody else to feel that way?
He's take out Luka, Kyrie.
Does that make you feel better? It's a little out of character for him. But anyway, so Game 5 was I was in Ireland for Game 5.
Awesome.
Because of the time change, it was 3 a.m. start time. So my wife and I worked out a system where she would prepare the video for me the next morning, and nice. I'd just watch it and block out Twitter and the whole world and everything.
Anything else, wake up and then watch the game and root or cry depending on.
I didn't go on X, and it worked. I watched the game and I wasn't surprised. I knew they were going to win. So
I didn't, but I'm glad you felt that confident.
Yeah, it was a great series.
I'm glad it worked for you because I've also been on the other side where I've had to work a day of the finals and I got off and I didn't find out the score. I didn't look at my phone. I'm driving home and I'm about to pull in the driveway and then my phone rings and I dumbly answer it or I change the channel on the radio and it's the Mavs win or the Mavs lost. It was a heartbreak. And I'm no. And then you're God, I know what happens. I still want to watch the game personally as a fan to because there's so many awesome moments. It's just a moment, right? That we collect one moment. It could be the worst game in the history of your team, but there could be one amazing moment for your favorite player, and it makes it worth watching.
Yeah, even if it's a bad moment, you want to. If it's your team, you want to be there for it.
For sure.
You want to witness it.
For sure.
That's to I guess circle back to Top Shot. That's what I think is so great about Top Shot is that the word moment is such a perfect word choice for what it is. Because I mean, obviously there's a lot of moments out there on Top Shot, and some of them aren't really that great, but the really nice ones, what's going to be on there if they don't completely lose it, and it's that adds some excitement to it because you want to own that moment and celebrate that moment, so
I talk about that a lot. For me, my favorite moments are to me the moments that I watch and I love. It creates like feeling. It creates emotion. You watch it and it's like you're back in that seat, or you're back in that moment with your friends celebrating that exact, you can remember where you were almost, if you will, type of emotions. And it's, how else do you describe that?
Yeah, even the Garden, like even the same stadium from like, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when a moment from that time comes out, I look at the crowd. I like try to, I'm like,
yeah, because
wow,
there's so much.
I remember that year, and like that, the color of the seats, and all that, all that kind of stuff.
And I love that you bring that up, because it's been a while now, but we literally had a show called Moment by Moment, because we break down moments and break down series. And I feel like there's a big difference in Top Shot. You collect, you make money, you do your thing. Then there's the other side that, like, you're there and you literally have these things that you're going for, these collections, these sets, and then you don't care about the moment. You're just watching it. Then there's the moment that, like, you watch and you're looking at the seats, you're looking at the bubble, you're looking at all these other things, and you're like, this is freaking epic. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, did you see BostonBased in the crowd? Or did you see, like, there's so many people that are in moments, and how freaking cool is that if you're in the moment? Like, and that's another thing. Like, I don't think I'm in a moment of anything, but I want to be. Like, I really bad. Like, it would be amazing if I was,
Yeah, I'm not in a moment, at least not that I know of, but I took a trip to Charlotte for a Monday game earlier this season, and I was on TV, and it was like there was a shot of like Tatum slamming it, and I'm in the background like, and that, so I made that my
epic. First of all,
I made that my profile picture, because that I unfortunately they didn't make that a moment. It wasn't necessarily that big of a deal, but for me that was like a moment I wanted to treasure, and whatever. So, and
whatever, not a big deal.
Whatever, yeah. No,
I mean, it's pretty.
I don't think it's like braggadocious to like have a photo of you like in the crowd excited about your team,
I mean, a random person on the streets, I agree, isn't gonna care as much. But like, as someone who like loves Top Shot for what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. That's like, that to me is like a grail thing. Like, people have their grail moments, their grail players, right? Like, everyone wants to see Michael Jordan. Everyone wants to see, and now we're coming out with, some really cool players. We're doing some retros and some run it backs that are really cool that we can talk about. But like,
Ray Allen. That's the one I've been eyeing, and that's from I think it's like the Chicago series, in 2009 or something like that. And that's another one of those. It's like a point in history for me, at least, as a fan. And I think Celtics fans are coming back around on Ray Allen. KG kind of threw love to him at his jersey retirement and everything. So, I'm starting to turn around. I like Ray Allen.
Well, yay, baby steps. There's always players that you don't like, and then at some point, certain things happen, or enough time passes that you can kind of.
It got a little weird, but we're cool.
We're cool. Yeah. So circle back to traveling. Like, what did you see some other, like, where were you when you watched the other games? Like, what?
Yeah. So, fortunately, it was Game 5. That was like the first day I was in Ireland. So I was able to celebrate. I missed the parade and all that back here. That was like the hardest part. But so we started in Dublin and kind of traveled around Ireland a little bit, and went to the Cliffs of Moher in Doolin, which is on like the central east coast of Ireland.
That sounds kind of epic. The cliffs.
Yeah. I'll share a photo with you in the Discord or something. It's beautiful place. And everyone there was really nice. That's like always been my takeaway from Ireland. But the food is also drastically improved there, especially in Dublin. Like,
nice.
In the last,
I'm a food guy, so that's always good to hear.
Yeah, they were never known for their food, but now like the food there is
pretty good for views and beer. Like,
yeah, and I drink a lot of beer. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, I go there for the music and the views and the culture and all that stuff. And it was my wife's first time in Ireland, so
that's epic.
So that's she enjoyed herself. And then we went to Santorini in Greece, which is like this kind of romantic island.
Yes, it's
the Aegean Sea.
I don't think I'm supposed to say this, but I've been there once, but it was with like an ex. So like I haven't been there with my wife. And so that's on my list of places to go because it's epic. Like I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, yeah, when you go with your wife, you can just be like, oh yeah, I was here with my sister, and the couples massages are great.
Yeah. Well, so I've been blessed my life. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled singing. I've traveled through sports. I've traveled just to travel. It's one of my biggest passions. So it just hasn't come up that I've been there with an ex. Like she just knows I've traveled everywhere. So now like she's like, oh, you've probably been there too, right? And I'm like, yep. She doesn't ask questions. So I'll just try to make it all new memories and divert. But dude, what an epic trip. And
yeah, but you like to Santorini?
I did. Yes. Yes. Honey, I hope you're not watching, which you probably are going to, but
yeah. Beautiful sunsets there, great wine, but
very romantic.
Yeah. It was cool. Then we went to Athens.
Nice.
Like I said, the wedding was Lake Vouliameni, which is like the Athenian Riviera area or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
That sounds epic.
Yeah. I met like some crazy people at this wedding too. Like
Batman or?
Yeah, Batman was there.
I don't know. Like anything's possible there. It could literally be like the Duke of Royal Kensington. Like I don't even know.
He RSVP'd and he didn't show up. So I don't know. We're not cool with him right now. But yeah, no, actually one of the guys from the mathletes from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
He was there.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And he was super nice. He's a lawyer now. He's like successful and everything. Nice. But yeah, I was just interested in Mean Girls. So
yeah, obviously. Yeah. It's like
so
that sounds like an epic trip. You got to see your team win. You got to have a romantic wedding, traveling time, travel the world, new experiences.
Yeah.
And you enter America as, essentially the world champion, right? I mean,
that's how it felt. Yeah. Yeah. And the only downside was it was right before the summer league stuff in Vegas. So I didn't have the energy necessarily, or
it's a lot to do that, then go like straight into summer league and then still be working.
And I knew it was going to be like 110 degrees in Vegas again. So, but I went last summer and it was a fantastic time. I'm definitely planning on going next year because it's great to see everybody that you talk shit to online every day, in
I know.
person.
I've interviewed too many people and talked to too many collectors that have gone to like, I cannot not go next year. Like I've already talked to the wife, already put it in the schedule. Like she's going to come, like she's going to get to do some stuff. I'm going to do some stuff. Like it's going to be awesome. Like it's already in because it's just epic. And it's the epitome of what I feel, and everyone can feel differently, but I feel Top Shot really is. Like the community of Top Shot are the people that love it for what it is, love the moments, love the people they collect with, even the people they talk crap to. They love their teams. And it's fun to get together with like-minded people and hang out and talk about that stuff.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And if people you don't even like, when you see them in person, you're like, hey, it's that guy. I don't want to mention anyone who fit that description.
KingBrett. Oh,
yeah. Poker Pro Eric, I saw him there. Yeah, no,
TopShot
it was
King.
cool. It was cool. No, I like Poker Pro Eric.
No,
Like a heel. But no, it was fun. And if TopShot, if you're watching, just give us a heads up when you're gonna do stuff next year, just so we can plan a little bit.
A little bit more advanced notice, right?
Because they had that little meetup with what's his name, Goji. I have no
the pool party thing.
I have no clue.
Yeah. Well, next year I will see you there, and you'll see me there, and we're gonna have a great time. So if you're watching, y'all should come too. It'd make it even cooler.
Yeah. I'll see you in Vegas.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why you saying that just made me think of something you put on X the other day.
Oh no.
And in fact, I bet I can look. I should just read this because I've always liked this player, but I guess I just didn't realize, I'll just read it because I was like, damn. Jason Tatum, resume, NBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, Eastern Conference Final MVP, All-Star Game MVP, rookie first team, most points, playoff points before the age of 27, most points in a Game 7, and only 30 points per game season in Celtics history. And he's 26 years old.
Wow.
That's pretty freaking epic.
And he looks 24, I think.
Jeez.
And he's did you see he's a new father? I don't know what gender the kid is, but I was going to say.
Yes. So I did hear that. I don't know the gender either. I've been in a shell of work the last few days, working a hunting show. So literally the only thing I've talked about for the last 3 or 4 days has been hunting, fishing, and Cutco knives. That's been it. But same. Yeah, shout out to you.
Weird.
Yeah, same. See, yeah. Just in case you're watching, you're listening, Jason Tatum, shout out to you. You deserve all the props in the world. Congrats on being an NBA champion.
Yeah, if you are watching, Mr. Tatum, love to hang out sometime. I'll treat you.
Shoot me a message. Slide in my DMs.
Yeah, DMs are open.
Hit me up.
Nothing weird with that.
Let me know what type of sneakers you're going to be wearing next year.
Honestly, yeah.
So you're a sneakerhead, right?
Yeah, I wasn't always a sneakerhead, but it's just something about the culture, the NBA, and all that stuff just kind of brings it out. And I started collecting shoes, and I enjoy wearing them.
So you don't collect to collect; you collect and wear.
Yeah. So there's some shoes I have that I've never worn because I'm waiting for the opportunity to present itself for
something like shoe. Fancy, or the price to skyrocket and then you're like a billionaire.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But yeah, just so I'm going to a rodeo in next year. So I have a snakeskin dunk that I have not worn yet, but I intend to wear it there because that's as country as I can get.
That seems extremely fitting, by the way.
Yeah. Last year I just wore the Tatum denims, and that wasn't, didn't do it for folks. People at the rodeos. I go to the Houston rodeo, and people go nuts. They dress like it's the Met Gala or whatever, but it is country. It
is.
So I intend to step it up.
It's funny you said that because through my work, we have booths and we sponsor a lot of the rodeos. My company is a sponsor of the Houston rodeo.
No kidding.
So in the main building, right when you walk in past the boot shine people, we have a gigantic booth there. And every year I work it. And my favorite thing is literally what you're talking about. Besides selling a lot of knives, watching the people and what they're wearing, what the men are wearing, the women are wearing, the grandmothers, the grandpa. there's some like 90-year-old dudes walking around that have like pearl studded diamond shirts and like wearing the craziest hats, and like you just see the absolute craziest stuff you'll ever see at a rodeo.
And I did. Yeah, it was fun. You know, it was a lot more family oriented than I anticipated, which was great for us.
Sure. Yeah.
So, you know,
if you want the non-family oriented side, DM me. I'll tell you the other side of the rodeo to go to.
I'll hop in your DMs, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And
a little nervous.
But the nice way.
Yeah.
But dude, if you are going to go next year, hit me up. I'll get you some free tickets. We get tickets every year, so it's easy. It's fun.
Look at us, Connectin.
Yeah, talking rodeo basketball shoes.
Getting free stuff. That's what it's all about, you know.
If you're watching, comment. What shoe would you wear to a rodeo? What basketball shoe in your collection would you sport?
Comment down below.
Rodeo. Let us know.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe as well.
Smash it. Ooh, I love it. Let's talk. So since we're talking about shoes, it's one of my favorite random things to like watch a game and see the crazy, who's wearing the crazy colored shoes, what shoes they are, like so many designs. Now we have players more than ever that have their own version or their own shoe, right? Tell me about like, what's a couple of your like top in the collection, your favorite shoes that you have?
So there's some grails that I still have that are outside my price range that, you know, like there's these, and they're all stupid. Like none of these shoes make sense.
Right.
It's the gimmick stuff that like I really like. So like I used to hacky sack when I was, you know, like in high school.
Yeah, I know what that is. I'm young.
Yeah, I went. You know, I was pretty cool. So I was in the hacky circle. You know?
Yeah, if you made it to the circle, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So there's these hacky sack Nikes. It looks like a hacky sack.
Oh no way! Yeah.
But they're like $2,000 or something. Like I'm not spending that much for that. You know. But I really want it, so I'm keeping my eye on it. So if anybody out there knows a hacky sack seller in size 11,
ooh,
hit me up. I can trade, you know, Top Shot moments or something.
Ooh, that's funny, and that's also my shoe size. So might as well make it 2 because that would be fun.
But yeah, I've been collecting the Kobe's
and have matching shoes.
I've been collecting the Kobe's. I got the reverse Grinch, the Italian camo, and I just got the gold metal one.
Oh no way! Did you?
Yeah, nice. Very gold.
I saw the release on that, and they disappeared very quickly. So
yeah, it was competitive. I got the Lost and Founds recently. Those were on my list of shoes I really wanted but didn't want to spend a lot on. But finally cracked, you know. Yeah, I just like messing around, and
so
I have a kid.
Moments, you just patiently wait and like see the market, see the value, and then like off basketball, see like non-peak season, like the shoes drop a little bit. And like, does it work the same way or?
I think. Really? Well, I've noticed that if you put bids in around like the beginning or end of the month, like low bids, sometimes those sell because like someone's got to pay rent or something.
Yeah, they got to pay bills.
So that's the only. I probably overspend just like I do on Top Shot, but it's you know. But to me, it's like it's kind of like ripping a pack when Nike does a drop or whatever, you know, of like these Kobe's that came out last week. You know, you can sell them for more than you bought them for, so everybody wants to buy them, you know, for whatever, you know, and so it's like a pack drop, you know, like you want to get in, you want to get that pack, and then it's up to you what you want to do with it. You can lock it. You can wear it or burn it. Or
I guess,
I don't know.
I guarantee you there's people that are listening or watching this that have burned a pair of shoes. They're like, screw this. You let me down. We lost the championship, and they burn the shoes. You know?
I would not recommend doing that, but
I wouldn't either.
But if my rule of thumb is if you're going to do something stupid, record it. so we can all share in the moment.
That is not just great Top Shot advice. That is great life advice, folks. If you're going to do something stupid, record it, share it with us first, and we'll help make you famous.
That's right.
You did say the gold shoes. It makes me think of the Olympics just wrapping up. The men won the gold medal. The women won the gold medal. Were you watching? Was this like, were you surprised? Like what?
I think it would have been more surprising if they lost, but the teams they were up against were very competitive, and it's always fun when, you know, some dude that's like sitting on the bench for the Knicks or whatever, who happens to be, you know, German or something,
right,
gets so many minutes and like is like crossing up, you know, LeBron or something. It's just that stuff always is entertaining. It's weird. It's weird to see these guys, you know, these all-star teams play together, because it's like there's no real connection. There's no relationship, you know, and
right. In fact, most of the time they're always, every time they see those other people, it's like the enemy. It's competition.
Yeah,
right? For the most part. So.
For sure.
Now they're coming together and playing together, and it's just.
And they're all like the stars of their team. They're used to having the ball at the end of the game and everything. So, you know, obviously the big thing, Celtics fans and everybody was talking about the lack of minutes that Tatum was getting.
Yeah.
You know, Tyrese Halliburton didn't get any more minutes than him, I don't think.
I think they were similar. But then
Tatum just won the finals, and you know, he's you know, definitely top 5. And
I mean, we happened to just go over his pedigree a few minutes ago, and it was pretty decent.
I'm glad you gave us some context.
Yeah, that wasn't even set up, but it is crazy, because you're right. You're watching LeBron and KD and Curry, and they're getting crazy minutes, and I mean, they're amazing players. They're doing crazy things, you know.
But it's not like Tatum can't facilitate, you know.
Right.
So that's what was confusing. It's not like Steve Kerr was like, oh, he's just gonna like hog the ball. Like, that's not. Have you watched him play?
I know.
Did you watch the finals?
Yeah, you know, and at the same time, any of those players, if they decide to shoot, they're gonna shoot. So it's not like everyone. Yeah, But again, you know, we're not the coach.
I thought the finals was the most entertaining game. The other ones were good, but not really like. I wasn't glued to the TV, to be honest.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch, like, them play against Jokic in the semis, right? But you know,
and it's always fun to see Wemby play. You know,
the reason people forget about Lively. But again, like, he's good. He's tall. He's gonna, like, I think he's gonna be really scary if he puts on a little bit of muscle and he can kind of move some people around a little more. I mean, he's dirty. You know?
Yeah, if you look at like Giannis in 2014, I mean, I don't think he's gonna bulk up as much as Giannis, but the size difference is so, like, it plays such a huge role, especially with their type of play, you know.
Correct. Yeah.
And it would give him some more, I don't know, more command in the paint, which I can't even imagine.
Like, I know. That's why, like, I don't want it to happen, but at the same time, like, you know, but it's always good. And I love seeing the women, you know, it's cool, especially in Top Shot. WNBA has really kind of grown the last few seasons and it's become their own. And it's really awesome. The moments are awesome. The curation is awesome. The team's doing a great job there. Shout out to everyone that's helping facilitate that. But it was good to see the ladies step up and have some great play.
I'm a convert. Like, I never really watched the W, but I've tried to watch games this season, and it's been fun. And I am a big Angel Reese fan. I like, you know, the energy she brings to the game, and, you know, and
it's funny. It's funny because you know how NBA has so much drama, and like the WNBA, it was, I use this word lightly, it was dormant, right? It wasn't, at least within Top Shot, wasn't really promoted. It wasn't a big deal. It's really kind of grown. But like now it's like so many random people are like, "Did you hear about Caitlin Clark? Did you hear about that girl that pushed her in the elbow?" Like there's people that are watching the WNBA and they're talking about WNBA gossip. And I'm like, dude, like it's like, let's go, you know? Like
and I think like societally we have a learning, some learning to do, like how to root for the WNBA because it's new and like we're figuring out like, because 10 years ago, like if anyone talked about women's basketball, at least people around me would say stuff like, "Oh, but they're just not as good as men. Why would you watch that?" or whatever.
Yeah, or it's boring. They don't even like.
Yeah, or they suck, or it's being subsidized by the NBA, as if that matters at all. Like I don't understand that argument. It's like, what, you care about like the were you a shareholder of the NBA?
Right?
Like if they're paying to like try to like set up a future for the WNBA and and like broaden the audience a little bit. I don't understand the hostility towards the WNBA or the NBA for any of that stuff. That's just nuts. But so like I said, we're learning how to like root for these teams and like, we want to like acknowledge like, their attractiveness, but not in like a sexist way.
Right. Yeah. Well, as a man, especially, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's
men are attracted to women. You'd have to think there's women that watch basketball. They're like, oh my gosh, like Luka's so hot, Tatum's so hot. Oh my gosh, look at LeBron. He's my cup of tea. Like, so
whoa, chill.
I'm not saying my cup of tea. I'm married.
Oh yeah,
I love her.
It's getting a little explicit on
cup of tea. What are
this isn't the family show here? All right,
the British are coming. The British are coming. Yeah. No, so but I agree with you. I was one of the people that never really paid attention to the dub. I won tickets for the UA stuff, and it was awesome. And I took one of my best friends. I had never been to a WNBA game in my life, and it wasn't even the dub. It was the summer, and they were promoting, and everyone was on different teams, but through TopShot and help, like we got to meet the players and we watched the game. Nice. And I was like, they're better at the free throw line than freaking half the Mavericks are. I'm like joking, and I'm like, dude, like this is what's up. And I could start to feel that it's just, when you look at it as basketball and you like basketball, it's entertaining. And especially for all the young girls out there that their dream is to be a professional basketball player. Like, how freaking awesome is it?
Yeah.
If you're a girl that loves basketball growing up right now compared to 10 years ago, right? Or 20 years ago. And I don't even know if women could play basketball 50 years ago. Like they were so oppressed for so many things, right?
And now it's just more basketball to watch. So
yeah,
it's a win-win.
And let's face it, if you can get your girl or young daughters into it and you get to watch and talk a little bit more basketball and you're a fan of that, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Oh,
get to go to an extra couple games, get to see them excited, get them to take to an NBA game and watch your favorite player and to teach them about, who you like and who to not root for Miami and stuff like that.
My kids too. I'm trying to, force basketball on her pretty heavily. She plays with the TopShot ball.
Nice. Because it has air, obviously.
Yeah. Although I respect that ball enough that I don't bring it outside.
That's nice. Teaching her basketball indoors. I like you even more.
We play outdoors too. But we have a 2 hoop setup. We have my hoop and her hoop.
Nice.
But she likes
so awesome, dude.
She likes to shoot on my hoop. So
and be honest, you like shooting on hers too. You like
just
like you're
slamming on that thing.
Yeah, you're like between the legs, 360. Wow, got it. Do you see that?
That's you've recognized my athleticism through the screen. That's good.
I figured if you were gonna dunk, that would be your go-to dunk. So I'm just saying.
But the Olympics are fun. The summer's been fun. basketball hasn't gone away, which is the best part, because one of the sad parts about the finals is you knew that, oh wow, it's gonna be a while before I can watch just multiple games in one night, which is my favorite activity. And you're on playback, right? You do playback streams. Yeah. I think that's one of the best things that's happened to our community. I mean, it's like the missing piece. It's like we enjoy the games. We're talking about the games. Let's watch the games together. And
it's cool because you're live and you're communicating and talking crap and laughing about the same things and freaking out about the same things. And,
it's like,
if you're at home watching games alone, get on playback, join a room. We're all there. Talk to us. Have fun with us. Because you're right. It is. And you're supporting the community. Because a lot of the communities have their own channels and they're on for all their favorite teams, their favorite games, the Olympics. Like I even watched trampoline ball. What is it called? What was it? It was like smash ball or something.
Slam ball.
And they had these like special hats and they like it was crazy. I'm like, why am I on here? But I was just hanging out talking crap. Like it was fun, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I hosted the for the TSD Garden Celtics TopShot community. I hosted their playback this past season, and it was great. Saw a lot of the same people, gave away a lot of moments, and when you share that memory together, whatever happened that game, you remember, oh, I watched that with Sneeps or whatever, KingBrett. And and then I like the replays. You guys can clip it and put it online the next day or whatever, and everyone's like, "Wow, these guys are having fun over there on playback."
Maybe I should check it out.
Yeah, so check out playback.tv/ what are you guys?
Collectin and Connectin.
Collectin and Connectin.
Yeah. We'll have all the details in the bottom. Click the info. Follow us. Retweet us, watch us, listen to us. I do have one. I know we're getting close to the end, but are you a gamer? Do you like control with your thumbs and like do the movement?
Yeah. I'm known to have a lot of thumb control.
Okay.
I play NBA 2K pretty competitively.
Really? So it's interesting. I heard they have some random player I've never heard of. Who's on the cover this year?
I think it might be Jason Tatum this year.
I heard that. I thought
that's funny. You mentioned it. Yeah, he was finally given the cover, which the reason I'm happy about it is on my PlayStation. It's gonna have a little Jason Tatum on there as one of the top icons, so that's gonna be cool. Yeah. I'm happy that he was happy because it seemed like he was appreciative of the nod, and I think his son like presented it to him or something.
Yeah, and it was like a cool thing, which is awesome.
But honestly, there was some vibe issues in the summer, with the whole Jaylen Brown not being picked to the Olympics and stuff, and so there's some
conflicting feelings.
The team being sold, and all that kind of stuff. So we need a little vibe reset, so I think that was a positive as far as the vibes.
Sure.
And then we had Peyton Pritchard got married, and Blake Griffin was the officiant. So that was a good vibe, good posy vibes.
Posy vibes, I like it. I'm gonna steal that. Never heard that down here in Texas.
Yeah,
where I am. So I'm stealing it. Thank you.
Which part of are you in Austin or
Dallas?
Oh, Dallas. Oh, yeah. Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Of course I know that. Yeah, you're.
No, I mean, I don't talk about the Dallas Mavericks hardly at all, so I don't know why you're like.
Well, I like I said, Luka's. It was fun to watch Luka play, and Kyrie isn't going to help you win a championship. It's just.
I mean, you can't triple stamp a double stamp, so take that. Dude, all I know, and I'm a firm believer in this, is 90% of the time when you're not in control, if I'm not the player, normally what I think is going to or should happen is not going to and doesn't happen. So I'm not going to say that we're not. I like Kyrie. He is, in my opinion, for someone still in the league, one of the best ball handlers. But I like that we're making moves. I like we're putting people together. I think that we're finding that right vibe for us. Like no one thought the Mavs would make it past OKC. No one thought that, and OKC is such a great, talented young team, right? But there's a lot of games, even in the Boston series, that could have gone another way. If
that's true. Yeah.
Like to be fair, no team should be up by like 30 points or 35 points, and then all of a sudden, like the other team comes all the way back. Like if you can do that, then just don't give them the 30-point spread to begin with, and just make it a last-second shot game, and then we all cry and we all celebrate. But I guess that's what makes basketball, right? Like it just
Well, it's funny you said that. Just one last thing that you remind me of is the fact this whole thing with scoring and running up the last year with the ISP, the in-season playoff or tournament or whatever. There was a change. Because you could accumulate points towards your placement based on the differential in the scores. So the Celtics needed to score, I think, like they had to beat this team by like 30 points or something like that. And so like it shows you like that they do rest and they do take their foot off the gas sometimes when you see them win a game when they have to by 40 points.
Right. Because you're like, how did you just magically do that?
Yeah. So keep your eye on the Emirates, whatever they're calling
it. I feel like I should know what it actually is, but
I think it's the Emirates Cup.
Is that it? The Emirates Cup? It sounds fancy. It sounds right.
I want an Emirates Cup.
I mean, I would love to display one. I don't. We do have cups in my company, like you can win, but I've never won one. Yeah, you have to be number one in the world. So,
well, comment in chat what kind of cup you'd like to see us win.
Like, what are we talking? Like, we're talking about cups. I mean, I like trophies. I like awards. So if I can compete and I have a chance to win something, I'm down. Hit me up. I like it. It'd be fun. Mavericks next year, like watch them. They'll be winning the World Championship Cup of basketball because I'm going to make one and give it to them, and they're going to hoist it.
Oh, like of the Western Conference? That's.
Oh, yeah. See, the only thing we disagree on is one thing. That's it. Who's going to win next year? It's definitely not Denver or San Antonio or Oklahoma or all the other.
San Antonio got like 17 wins this past season.
What Wemby?
Yeah, more like Wenby,
Dude, if they can ever figure out how to alley-oop, people are in trouble because who can jump that high?
Well, now they've got Chris Paul, so we'll see how that works.
And on that note, wow, dude, we covered a lot. It's always great talking to you. I love NBA Finals stuff, like traveling, watching it. Like, you're a brave man. That would have been crazy to have missed it. I'm glad you got to wake up. No one ruined it for you, and you got to celebrate your team. As you know, I can admit, y'all were the better team of that series in 2024. So, all Celtics fans, congratulations. It'll be the last time I say it this year. And now I'm going to focus on next year. So, dude, BostonBased, you're the man. If you ever need anything, you're always out there. You're always helping people. You got hilarious stuff on X. You don't know, you don't follow, check them out. We appreciate you being a part of the C&C community. You're always the vibe. And hope you have a great rest of the day, man. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up other than queso? Because we have to say it at least once every episode.
Well, queso, I just want to thank you for having me. It's great. I love the vibes you put out into the community. Some guys are out there to to spread love. Some are there to troll, and I'm there for a little bit of both. So
that is perfectly put. I love it. Feel free to keep spreading the love and keep trolling. Collectin and Connectin, episode 61. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out.
If you want to keep collecting and connecting with us, tune in every Tuesday for a new episode. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. Maybe check our merch store and keep collecting, connecting with us.